Moonton.
This is the jawhead na ni Mark or Claude ni Mark. So, there is a comfort or hero mastery onto the side of Sunsparks pero hindi rin naman papahuli dito si LPE. Let's see what will there... Aparsa? Tingnan nga natin. Pero... will they be locking it in? That's the question. The double mage support, they need something physical. Yan. A Hayabusa is being shown right now. Let's see kung papalitan pa nga ba yan ng Laus Playbook Esports or will they settle for mostly magic damage heroes?
Actually, what they need right now is someone who could potentially pick off or put a stopgap sa isang Alice, and that's gonna be the Esmeralda. During the early game, pwede niyang mamamamain to dun sa lane if and only if silang dalawa yung magkakatapat. Pero that's gonna be a problem kapag lapu-lapu yung makakatapat ng Esmeralda natin. But we don't know that yet. Nako, Maring Athena, nagkaroon na nga tayo ng switcheroo pagdating sa mga heroes natin dito on both sides of the team, and that's gonna be the Claude of Mark. Kasi tulad nga nasabi sa comment section, Claude na ba ni Mark to o yung top Philippines jawhead? Diba?
Yun nga that's the question. Pero ngayon, di na nila tayo pa pagtatanungin pa. Rekta na! Ayan na, Chango of Lexa. Very, very frightening indeed. And si Arms naman with the Kagura. Makakatapat niya possibly, but that is an execute for a battle spell. So, early advantage ang tinatarget dito LPE. Pero let's head on na sa ating show match. Game number 1. Sunsparks versus Laus Playbook Esports. Sino nga ba magkakamit ng unong puntos?
Yes,
Let's go!
tama ka dyan, Maring Athena. And maidagdag ko lang din naman about Takagura. Having that execute spell, they would definitely go for an early harassment onto the middle lane. They would want to maximize that as much as possible. No? Kasi yung cooldown niyan, kada makakalasit niya, medyo may kabilisan. Pero look at this. B mo, cutie. No? Trying to aggravate the enemy teams on the jungle, but at the same time, may follow-up backup sila. Ito yung kakaibang playstyle na hinahanap ko, Maring Athena.
Yes. Ito na nga, binibigyan tayo na isang maigi. That is an early 3-man rotation. Come from the side of LPE and they just delayed things out for Sunsparks. But instead, kita naman si John Leonard. Yes, there was a denial, but instead, nakakakuha pa rin naman siya ng mga Little Wanderer. And tatapatan lang din siya ni Benedito with the jawhead. Ang gandang early invasion from LPE.
Tama ka dyan, Maring Athena, because they were able to steal one of the jungle camps nung Claude natin dito. As Esmeralda, look at this, ang nanggugulo naman onto the purple buff. Yes, they weren't able to take it, but there is the time delay na nabibigay nila rito as Ryota also comes from the bottom to the middle lane.
Grabe naman doon, from the bottom to the top, sabi nga doon sa kanta. Pero dito si Ryota with a flicker and Bene will not able to go in with the ejector combination. And mapapaback away na lang sila. That is a huge gap for Sunsparks kasi knowing na dito or Laus Playbook already knows na walang flicker na pwede exhaust dito si Bene, but with the ejector combination ginamit kay Bino, cutie, hindi na nga yata makakaligtas, but there is still a flicker and a first blood secured by Arms with the same umbrella, pero sasagutan ng isang matinding kill dito ni Lexa against LPE para hindi pa tapos si Exhort. That blade will not connect, but Arms here being aggravated and another one bites the dust as Lexa secures an early 2-0-0-0 KDA against LPE.
That's a good thing para sa side ng LPE though. Yes, 2-1 or lamang sa kill yung Sunsparks. If you look at the gold, it is onto the side of Laus Playbook Esports. Why? Nakakakuha sila. Lagi sila nakakaagaw ng jungle camp. Well, so ibang miyembro nila nakakapag-farm lang freely on their own respective lanes. And as of now, the Lord is up for grabs and is being aggravated by John Leonard, pero Evorts still doing his best para mapaback away si Ryota dito na sumusubok lang din naman umagaw. Look at the level of Mark. Still at level 3 compared sa level 5 na Benedetta, meaning ganito kalaki yung kalamangan ng Laus Playbook Esports in terms of their hyper carry. Eto na, mag-uumpisa na yung problema ng Sunsparks. They need to find a way para mabigyang comfort yung Claude nila dito, Maring Athena.
Exactly. LPE already knows their win condition or the time frame na kailangan mag-step up sila, which is the early to mid game. Kasi once that the Claude already has the power items, dun sila mahihirapan sumagot. But as of now, LPE is taking things into their hands and maganda yung pinantapat nila si Esmeralda against an Alice. Like you pointed out sa drafting phase natin, tahimik yung mundo nila. Walang Alice out from nowhere na nagba-blood out combination, and as well as yung minister niya with the blood out. Pero dito sa ejector, ginamit against John Leonard, na alam na nila yung timing whenever the purple buff is up for grabs. Hindi na nga yata nila papayagan pa makahawak pa dito si Claude ng purple buff as they go in together with Bimo Cutie with the job, and the Hurricane Dance will connect onto Bene, pero hindi na nga yata makakaligtas pa as a meteor shower gagamitin na rin as well. Hindi nila makahawakan ang sarili nilang purple buff doon, but that was a nice try for Lexa with Sunsparks.
Yes, indeed, that was indeed a nice try. Kailangan kasi talaga nilang gawin yung best nila para makabawi dito in terms of jungling or farming. Pero good job para sa tropa natin dito na si Evorts using that lapu-lapu, engaging onto the enemy jungle camp. Wala siyang katakot-takot na pumapasok sa teritoryo ng kalaban, Maring Athena. He knows that he could sustain himself, take down one with him, diba, to help his teammates out. Pero one thing na napansin ko is Claude once tried to counter jungle habang kinukuha ni John Leonard yung kanyang purple buff. Susubukan niya sanang pumunta dun sa red camp ng Laus Playbook. The problem is may nakabantay. So hindi niya rin nagawa yung gusto niya. Pero speaking of nagawa, naku, mukhang may magagawa nga ba dito ang LPE?
Like dito yung mga Justice Blades and able to secure a kill against John Leonard. That is clearly a not so good situation for Laos Playbook Esports. Susundan naman nila ng trade-off against Sunsparks. Pero dito, there is a flicker na in-engage agad dito on the bottom side. Bene and Nexor. Hihirapan sila si Bene ang pipiliin nila. Pati na rin si Edwards. Hindi na kailangan pang mamili pa. Bigyan natin ng isang maiging epektos this early of a game. 4-4 ang ating kill score. Pero in terms of network, sino nga ba ang nakakalamang?
In terms of net worth, we have a 2K gold lead in favor of LPE or Laos Playbook Esports in a 5-minute match. And if you look at the item, Esmeralda already having that enchanted talisman going for the Calamity Reaper, which gives her a good amount of cooldown reduction, meaning yung shield niya mas mabilis, mas matagal at mas makapal. Pero on the support side naman, Arbs with that Clock of Destiny going good with this item, Benedetta with the Raptors Machete, Brute Force para naman sa tropa natin si Reynolds, giving him enough tankiness para sumabay sa dalawang miyembro dito sa bottom lane. Whilst on to the other side, Claude with the Demon Hunter, I mean Raptors Machete might be going for the Demon Hunter, Deadly Blade para kay Lapu, just enough to counter out yung regenerative powers ni Ryota, whilst understandable item as well para doon sa Clock of Destiny ng ating Alice.
So, tignan natin kung paano sasagutin to as they hold on dito sa may bandang bush side. Ito na naman, takbong magdanakaw na lang dito sa Bene, naispatan siya ng lumiyembro, pinagtutulungan pilit, but look at the ejector combination at galit na galit si Ars with kasi may umbrella, but he is being focused far with the Hurricane Dash as well. It will be connecting, pero dito Blazing Duet kinasani, Mark goes in with the BMI out, pero look at Mousy here, just from another minute or so. Pero dito naman, Ryota is having the time of his life, giving the orange buff yet again to John Leonard 50. Grabe naman yung rotation na yun, Baymax. What's happening right now for Sunsparks?
What's happening right now for Sunsparks is that the game is not going their way. What they're trying to do is boost the Claude, but the problem is si Claude yung pinaka nagiging main target. Not in terms of killing, but in terms of counter jungling. Pero bukod doon, yung rotation na ginagawa ng Laos Playbook Esports is much more effective kaysa sa ginagawa ng Sunsparks. And mas malikot sila sa mapa kasi look at this, another team fight with Esmeralda on the middle lane.
Hurricane Dance, what a beautiful ML, pero sasabayan dito nila Bene ng isang matinding Kagura will be out. Para dito si Ryota and si John Leonard 15, galit na may mektos lang in your face ang sagot kay Mark, which is the right mark indeed, no pun intended. Pero dito si Bene ang matitira mag-defend dito sa purple buff, pero hindi niya nasusubukin pa as John Leonard yet again steals another successful buff against Sunsparks. And right now, Baymax, that is like a 5-9 kill score and 18,000 pa lang ang network dito against sa 23,000. Pero wait, hold that thought. Look at Mouse here with the falling Starman connecting ito Yagami TZ. Parang hindi na to naging Alice because he is managing to get out and put that much damage while sustaining himself against 4 members. Meteor Shower is there but mapapadance away na nga lang din. So that's the night away. Sabi nga ng Twice dito, sinasalan lahat ng mga bulitas, pero that is indeed an extended team with a turnaround kill, securing yet again another kill, while on the bottom side naman, John Lina committed and eye for an eye, makakas pa dito ng orange buff, while Edwards is really trying his best, and that is an off-cam kill for ours with the Kagura. Laos Playbook Esports talagang they are playing it by the book against Sunsparks. All the situation na pwedeng gamitin ng Sunsparks against them, hindi nila ibinibigay, Baymax.
Yes,
Grabe.
kasi yun talaga yung pinaka-main plano ng Laus Playbook Esports is to deny everything that is planned by Team Sunsparks. And as of now, it is clearly very effective, especially si Maong Z. Diba? I've told you that that's gonna be a good counter against the Alice. And eto, isang juicy replay galing sa Juicy Lemon na medyo black screen lang din naman ng malupitan. Pero eto, this is the 3v1. There's the Meteor Shower, there's the basic attack. We've also seen the Blazing Duet been committed. Pero Maong Z committing the Falling Star Moon up to the Cloud. Grabe, sobrang juicy. Parang Juicy Lemon, Maring Athena. Yung juiciness ng play na kanyang pinakita doon. Kakaiba talaga. Pero 5-11 ang ating score. 9 minutes into the game. 9k gold lead. 9 minutes, 9k. Naku po, ganon kalaki yung kalamangan nila, Maring Athena. And look at the additional items na nadagdag. Benedetta, instead of going for Brute Force, going for the BOD instead. Esme, huling nakita natin, Enchanted Talisman going for Calamity. Pero look at the items now. Nakarekta na agad ang Holy Crystal together with the Oracle. Compare natin sa kanyang katapat na Alice dito with just the Calamity Reaper and Clock of Destiny. Might be going for the Moonton Tension. That is quite understandable. Pero, net worth-wise, sobrang laki ng kalamangan ng Laus Playbook dito, Maring Athena.
That is 10k gold lead, all in favor of LPE, and as well as in third takedowns natin, that is 6-0 non-Sunsparks, guys. That is a huge gap in terms of kill score as well. That is 5-11, all in favor of LPE. Sunsparks right now needs to find that window to open up para ma-turn around the Lion tables against LPE. They still have Mark, Joe, Baymax, pero the question is that, what does he need to do? Is it the appearance of his position? Sa layering ba ng skill nila? Or will someone step up and be the tank for Sunsparks?
Yeah, Sunsparks need someone to step up and be the tank because clearly Bene is not enough to tank the current damage output na binibitawan dito ng Laus Playbook Esports. And actually, there's nothing wrong about the positioning of the Cloud. No, he's just too delayed in terms of gold farm and items dito na hindi nila kayang sumabay. Actually, if he has enough items, those kind of positionings na ginagawa niya kanina, perfect activations of Blazing Duet, they could have turned the game around. But tulad nga nasabi ko, the problem is in terms of farming or yung net worth and items. So, what they need to do is try to farm up lanes, defend their base as long as possible, try to buy up time kasi mukhang tatapusin na ng LPE.
Ayaw na nga yata nila patagalin. Mousy goes in with the Falling Star connecting ito. Yagami, easy to take advantage yung ultimate ni Alice. And there goes the low. Still marching towards a base turret ng Sunsparks as they find their right to defend this one out against LPE, pero hindi sila pumapayag. Look at that recall and TP in your face. Ryota just goes in and sponges out all the damage na binibigyan ng Sunsparks as Mousy goes in for yet again another slide at the Frostbill Shield. Talagang mainit ang dance for right now as they go in and take down another turret on the bottom side. Pati ang top pilit na
si Mousy
dito ng LPE. Mousy still goes in, pati si BMO Cutie with the Hurricane Dance and securing a killing spree naman dito si John Leaner 15 and another one bites the dust. Indeed, Winter Truncheon hindi na nga yata magiging enough as they go in and manage to shut down John Leaner 15. Bravest fighter, yes, it will connect, and Bene against that Akaido. That is indeed a great follow-up advantage, but look at this one out. Si Ramitizi yung na-ejector out dito ng Sunspark as they go out of their base trying to bait out Laus Playbook Esports from actually ending this game, and that is indeed a Juicy Lemon. Mas pina-juicy pa with Juicy Lemon, pero dito si Bugzy with the Falling Star in your face. Winter Truncheon para mag-grow ka as a player. Nag-grow siya indeed. Hindi siya napatay doon ng Sunspark even though that was an extended T5. Makakasalubog sa Evolts with the Justice Blades. Yes, it will connect, but the base start dito nanganganib na ma-takedown na Mousy with the Frostmoon Shield. Pilit na lumalaban with a monster kill against si Gamitizi. Talaga namang mapapawaw ka talaga at mauuhaw. Uminom ka muna ng Juicy Lemon. Doon.
Grabe, Mari. Sobrang juicy, no? Yung mga teamfight na pinapakita dito, especially the plays of Laus Playbook Esports. That entry point coming from Bimo QT, Hurricane Dance connecting onto the Electro Final Blow earlier as we've seen. That was a perfect setup. That's the best example of perfect setup play na binitawan dito ng LPE. Pero another teamfight is about to happen onto the top lane as they were able to take down that Johan with a godlike Maring Athena. Ganon sila kalamang dito sa laban natin ngayon.
That is indeed a godlike for Mousy. Talaga naman nagwawala na siya dito. Pero though KDA from Sunsparks though, no one can stop him as of now, but they really need to find a way. If not, Laus Playbook Esports can end them in an instant. Lalo na bukas na ang lahat ng gate nila as of now. And a quick item check, tingnan natin kung bakit nga ba napakasakit na dito na LPE.
Bakit masakit yung Esmeralda is because wala nang sapatos. Winter Truncheon together with the Divine Glaive Mariatina ang kanyang sinecure dito, while sinbredeta natin with the Brute Force Breastplate in addition to those first items na kanyang sinecure might be going for a Hunter Strike or rather yung ating Blade of Heptasy, whilst yung Kagura naman natin, Lightning Truncheon, Clock of Destiny, Necklace of Durance might be going for a Holy Crystal as well. That is, look at the net worth of that mage support, 8,300 compared to the hyper carry of the enemy team Claude with 6,200. And speaking of Claude, he just had a Demon Hunter Sword, might be going, no? Or actually going for that golden staff. We're 14 minutes into the game and wala pa siyang golden staff, Mariatina. Napakalaking patunay. Yes, napakalaking patunay na kinain sila early game ng Laus Playbook Esports. And the Chang'o, good item choice dito, going for that glowing wand, Ice Spin wand, Necklace of Durance, just enough to sustain nga or to counter the sustain of the Esmeralda. Whilst Alice Holy Crystal also going for that final item. The problem is, hindi sila makapag-buy time para sa Claude nila, Maring Athena. And ayun ang sinabi ko kanina, they need to buy time for the Claude, but there's nothing happening. Masyado na silang under pressure. Total map control by Laus Playbook Esports. This game is clearly being dominated by LPE. Sunspark though could still go for a comeback dito. Siguro bigyan natin ng about 15% chance against an 85% na win rate ng Laus Playbook, Maring Athena.
A chance is still a chance. Let's make it a chance talaga for Sunsparks kung makagawa kaya nila yung mga plays na kinakailangan nila, as well as coming from Bene, pero the Lord is marching towards him right now. Look at Bene, Reebok Cutie here with the Jerkin does, just shoving away all the enemy here. At si Lexa, una matatanggal. Bene, aalis na lang din. Uuwi na yata sa pinaka-base dito ng Laus Playbook Esports. At Yagami TZ just tries in to defend with the ultimate, pero hindi na nga yata pakakayanin pa as Laus Playbook Esports just totally dominates every single fight that they go in against Sunsparks. And another wave of minion will be there, Mouse. With the falling Starmon, yes, it will connect, pero si Mark dito nakaka-stay down ng hyper carry against Laus Playbook Esports at a double kill against them. And look at Yagami TZ here just going in and slaying down Arbs in the process, and that is the ejector na inaantay natin coming from Bene. Look at Mark here just versus against Mousy. Yan ang pinaka-kinakatakutan natin for na Esmeralda. The true damage na pwede pumatay sa kanya anytime. So Winter Trunch ang gagamitin, pero hindi na nga yata makakaligtas pa. Immortality has been broke off and a shotgun kill given to Lexa. Ito na nga kaya ang comeback potential na inaantay kanina pa ng Sunsparks as they march towards the middle lane against Ryota, the last man standing for LP. Ito na yung 15% chance nila, Baymax. Pinalawak pa nila. Grabe.
Gaga nila, nag-grass out pa nila yung 15% chance against Laus Playbook Esports. This is what they need to buy time for the Claude. And hindi lang buy time yung nagawa nila. They were able to make Claude take 2 kills or a double kill against Laus Playbook Esports, giving him a hefty amount of bounty to build more items, sustainability items, para tumagal siya onto those team fights. And as of now, we're 16 minutes into the game. Mid-game pa lang to kung tutuusin, Maring Athena. Pero 11-16 ang score with an 11k gold lead from 15k into 11k real quick. Nababawi na paunti-unti ng Sunspark, no? Di bali nang malaki pa rin yung kalamangan as long as nakakabawi. Kahit paunti-unti, dadating din tayo dyan. A comeback is still a comeback dito sa bakbakan na to, Maring Athena. And yun lang ang masasabi ko. Another wrong mistake like that coming from LPE, this game can be turned around. Yan ang masasabi ko.
Doon sila kailangan mag-ingat. I just saw Everett's purchase a Sea Halberd, guys, against Laus Playbook Esports. They are really battling in self-outs. They need to settle and go in for the defensive or even offensive items against Laus Playbook Esports. They want a comeback. They really need to work hard for it. And as of now, na natin ang mga items nila. Nakakasagot na sila or nakakahabol na nga ba ang Sunsparks?
Yes, nakakahabol na sila because look at the itemization of the Claude dito. Last time that we've seen him, pabuo pa lang ng golden staff. Pero ngayon, he already has that Athena shield together with that Lapu-Lapu. Lapu-Lapu is actually the one who does a great thing when it comes to buying time and defending their own base. Look at the item choice na ginawa niya rito. Right after going for that Bloodlust Axe, dinaretso na kagad going tanky with the Queen's Wings, Athena Shield, and Immortality. That's quite understandable because Lapu-Lapu is a strong side laner that needs sustainability as well as damage output. Whilst Alice, yes, Holy Crystal, Lightning Truncheon, Divine Glaive for the very last item, wala nang sapatos. Wala na raw sapatos yung Esme. Di ako rin, hindi na rin ako magsasapatos. Magyapak na tayong lahat. Sabi ni Alice natin dito, paring Athena. While Sinchako natin might be going for Holy Crystal para sa last item, pero there's also the Divine Glaive in addition to his first item choice.
But the what I'm seeing right now is that nakikinig din sila, no? When we said that someone has to step up, na kailangan mag-tank dito, nag-going tanky dito agad si Evorts. They really know what points to consider or ano yung pointers to review. Sabi nga nung high school tayo and grade school. But as of now, look at Benny here. Just roaming around, pero hindi niya rin naman mananako yung Lord as they go in. Ensley, another man down dito. Lexa is the first woman down for the side of Sunsparks, pero pumapasok dito sa Ryotao, in your face ang sagot. Pero look at the Ionic Edge against Yakamit Easy. Yes, there is a Winter Truncheon, pero hindi na nga yata aabutin pa as a yun yung overturn will connect as well. Mark with the Blazing Duel, sinasalo-salo lang nila Arms, pero Winter Truncheon is there as well. Alekto final block kinasalita ni John Leaner, securing a kill against Mark. And look at Everts here, trying his best to negate the fact na pwede na silang tapusin anytime soon ng LPE as the Lord marches towards the middle lane. At 2 men na lang ang natitira to defend their base out against the 5 members of LPE. Pero tignan mo naman dito si Mauzi against Everts with the Justice Blazes. Yes, it will connect, but Immortality has been popped up, and that, ladies and gentlemen, LPE will be securing game number 1 against Sunsparks in a very, very thrilling manner.